Hey guys, welcome to the first video of our Getting to Scratch video series. Today, we're going to focus on putting. Once again, the goal of this video series is to help the average weekend golfer improve their game and lower their scores without changing a ton in their putting or swinging technique or investing a ton of money into their game. I want to simplify things for the average weekend golfer because that's how things work in my mind. Golf is a simple game and shouldn't be overcomplicated, and you'd be surprised at how simple it can be if you're practicing the right things. So today, I'm going to give you guys a few drills to work on, a couple things for your setup, and a couple things for your mental state when you're actually putting. Stick around, and I hope this helps.
The first item we're going to cover is your setup. There are two things that are important when you're having a putting setup. One is that you're comfortable, and two is that you can repeat it. If you're not comfortable over the ball, you're probably thinking about something in your stance before you even hit a putt. And if you're thinking about something in your stance, you're probably not going to hit a good putt because you're not thinking about rolling the ball in the hole. And two is repetition. Your putting stance should be the same every time you do it. And how you do that is that when you're practicing, whether, like I said, it's 10 minutes before your round or if you get to the course 1 to 2 days a week to practice, make sure that your setup is always the same and you're repeating it every time you hit any putt. That's what the pros do, and that's why they're so good at putting. And like I said, it doesn't matter if your feet are open, closed, if you stand short, tall, use a short, long chest putter. As long as you're comfortable and the putter rolls in, that's all that matters. The goal is to make more putts, not to appease people who are looking at you and judging you on how you putt. So be comfortable and repeat it. Step 1. Now that we have a good putting setup, the next thing we're going to work on is improving your speed. Most amateurs don't realize how crucial and important speed is, and it's really not hard to improve. You can find any speed drill on the internet. You don't need to do the one that I give you. I just chose this one because it's simple to understand, but the concept can be duplicated across any putting drill. But most people don't realize, like I said, how important speed is. And you can think of it like this. Even if you have a bad read and you still have great speed, you're generally going to leave yourself with a good second putt or a makeable second putt. And how amateurs or people who aren't the top of the top don't need to make more putts, they need to miss less. And what I mean by that is eliminating the 3 putts from 20 to 30 feet. And the only way you do that is just by improving your speed. Like I said, the drill I'm going to give you is just a simple drill that I like to do. It's a good drill to warm up before your round, but you can find any speed drill on YouTube to improve your putting. And just doing improving speed drills to improve your putting, just like 10 to 20 minutes a day or 10 to 20 minutes anytime you get to practice, you'd be surprised with how much better a putter you are and how often the hole just gets in the way.
Hey guys, for the speed drill that I want to recommend, it's really simple. You take 3 tees and you put one at 10 feet, 20 feet, and 30 feet. You don't want to try and make any of these putts. Your only goal is to leave each putt from each station within a circumference of the hole. For these 3 10-footers, I want to leave each one within a 6-inch circumference of the hole. Now that we're on our 20-footers, I'm going to be a little more generous. My goal, once again, is to leave each one of these putts within a 1-foot circumference of the hole. It's really hard to miss a 1-foot putt, and obviously, like I said, you're really not trying to make any of these. I'm just trying to leave each one within a tap-in distance from 20 feet. I want to eliminate as many 3 putts from 20 feet as possible. And from that one right there, you can see it wasn't my best stroke, but the speed was still good, and it's still within that 1.5 foot or that 1-foot circumference of the hole. Now I go back to 30 feet. And I really only have hit 9 putts in this drill, but now I have a good baseline for my round. Now when I'm putting on the course, I have a baseline for 10, 20, and 30 feet. Once again, I'm not trying to make these 30-footers, just leave them within a 2-foot circumference of the hole. Try the speed drill next time before you go golf.
Now that we have good speed, we're going to work on something that also helps improve your speed and the strike of the putt. It's a really simple drill, and it's one of Tiger Woods' favorites. You need 2 tees, 3 golf balls, and it's called the gate drill. Very simple. You take the 2 tees, you place them on the outside of your putter, you put the ball in the center, and you hit putts through the gate with your putter head. The goal is to get the putter head through the gate without hitting either tee. What that does is it helps you improve hitting the center of the putter head, and you don't realize how, like, even if you hit it a millimeter off center, that's going to affect your speed. Doing this 10 to 20 minutes before your round, or just doing this by hitting like 6 or 7 putts before the round, ensures you're hitting the center of the face, and that'll help improve your speed by being able to hit a consistent strike. Very simple. Check out the drill now. Now that we have good speed and you know what it feels like to hit the center of the putter, we're going to do a simple drill that helps you start the ball on line. Starting line is so important when you're putting. What I mean by a starting line is if you're hitting a putt, you generally want to pick a mark probably 6 inches in front of your ball or a foot in front of your ball, and that's what you want to roll it over. A lot of people like to putt that way, and it's a really simple way to look at putting. However, if you can't do that, it's probably not going to go in unless it's by accident. So this drill that I like to do, you get a metal yardstick, and you can incorporate the gate drill in this drill as well. But you'll see in the video that the goal of this drill is to roll your ball along the yardstick to ensure that it's rolling smooth. If you get it rolling offline in either direction, it'll fall right or fall left. And that gives you immediate feedback of if you're missing the putter left, if it's shut, if you're pushing it, if it's open, it's gonna fall off right. And it also helps ensure that you're rolling it end over end and smoothly along the yardstick. Check out the video now, and this should help you improve your starting line when you're putting. Last but not least, it's the short putts. Everybody misses short putts and nobody likes putting them. There's only one way to get better at short putts, and it's to practice them or to actually hit them. You shouldn't go up to your buddy after you hit your 30-footer to 2.5-3 feet and say, "Hey man, is that good?" No, because when you're in competition or you have that putt to break 80 or 90, whatever that is, you're going to feel that pressure and you're not going to make that putt because you don't know what it feels like to make a short putt under pressure. And it's very simple. The only way to improve that is by practicing them. So a drill made famous by Phil Mickelson, at least that's where I got it from, is you take 6 golf tees and you make a circle around the hole. And you'll see that in the video next, what it looks like. But you take 3 balls and you hit, whether it's 3, 4, or 5 feet, wherever you lay out the tee, you hit those balls and see how many putts you can make. Now, there's a ton of different things you can do with this drill. What I like to do is take 6 tees, like I said, and take 3 balls at each and hit every putt 3 times and get immediate feedback. So if I go, 15 of 18, I know I'm hitting roughly, 80% of those putts. The goal is to go 18 for 18, but that's a good way to set a baseline. And then now you have improvement. So next time you want to go 18 for 18, or if you want to add more tees, let's say you want to add 8 tees. But the circle around the hole should generally give you a left to right putt, a right to left putt, a straight putt, uphill, downhill. And like I said, the only way to improve these is by practicing them, because you're going to get confidence once you see the ball go in. And when you're doing this drill by constantly hitting 3 to 4 footers around the hole, that's going to improve your confidence when you see the ball go in. So do that, and it should improve your short putting.
The last thing that we're going to talk about is going to be your mental state. I know it's really ridiculous and probably sounds so stupid to have something so simple, but having a good mental state over the ball is so important. If you're over the ball and you're telling yourself, like I said earlier, that you're going to miss this putt or this isn't going to go in, you're probably going to miss it. And I know that, like I said, that sounds so simple and dumb, but just by changing that mindset of wow, the only thing I'm thinking about when I'm over this ball is rolling it in the back of the cup, you'd be amazed at how much freer your stroke feels. Generally, when you tell yourself you're not going to make it, or when you have a short putt and you're not really confident in it, you're going to hit a tentative stroke. You're going to, be more concerned about the line, and you're really going to lose focus on actually hitting the putt, which is the only goal that matters. And like I said, I know it's going to sound so simple, but tell yourself you're going to make every putt, regardless of how you feel. If you can tell yourself you're going to make every putt and stroke it confidently, that's all you can do. If you hit a good putt, it doesn't go in, that's going to happen. Ask how many pros hit good putts that don't go in. All the time, they hit putts that don't go in. If you lip out, so what? You can't control it. You hit a good putt and hit the lip. That's still, as I was saying, you hit good putts all the time that don't go in the hole. That's a fact of life. You just need to accept it and accept the consequences that if you have a good setup and your posture is the same, you have good speed, you have a good confidence stroke, you tell yourself the putt's going to go in, and you have a free mind and a free flowing stroke, you'd be amazed at how often sometimes the putt, just like I said, runs into the back of the hole. But if you control a lot of those things and you make a good confident stroke and the putt just doesn't go in, that's all you can do, and that's all you can really ask yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed our first video from the Getting to Scratch video series. I really enjoyed making the putting content, so I hope the tips and drills help you guys lower your scores. If you find this content helpful at all, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It helps me a ton, and I really would appreciate it. Like I said, my goal for this video series is to help improve your game and lower your scores for the average weekend golfer without investing a ton of money or changing a ton in your technique. I love doing this type of stuff, and our next video that we're going to be dropping is going to be on your chipping. So I can't wait to do that. Make sure your notifications are on so that you don't miss that video. It's either going to drop next week or the week after, depending on how much free time I have to record. But I really enjoyed making the content for you guys. Like I said, please subscribe and stay tuned for our next video. Thanks, guys.